Hello everybody and welcome to another video. Today we're going to be going over how to get your first AI automation agency client. So if you don't already know, I recently got my first client. We're in the process of delivering a AI powered lead magnet. So I'm going to be going over the steps of how you should go about finding your first client. And this is going to be very useful to all you guys. So before we start, let me introduce myself. I am new to the AI automation agency space. I've been in it for about 3 months, I'd say. And I've been in entrepreneurship for about 1.5 years, trying different businesses. I was doing businesses before that. I've really been in it for longer than that, but I really started taking it seriously about 1.5 years ago. And this channel is here to document my process of starting and scaling an AI automation agency. So yeah, you're getting an inside look of what it's like to be going through it, the challenges, the process, and we can all share our expertise together. So we're going to be going over some mindset stuff first. Step 1. No, that's too big. Step 1. You need to have an abundance mindset. So there are thousands and thousands, hundreds of thousands, maybe even millions of businesses out there looking to integrate AI. And you're going to get rejected a lot. AI kind of scares a lot of people. They don't know much about it, especially the older business owners. They don't have an open mind to learning about it. They want to do the original stuff. And that is fine. The unfortunate reality is in a couple years, they're going to be blown away by the competition. So what you're looking for is the people who already know about AI and have a want and need for integrating it into their business. And then you're just going to come up, you're going to outreach to them, and they already have that in the back of their head. And they're going to say, well, this is a perfect opportunity. Let me book a call. Let me learn about this. You're not trying to convince people that they need AI. You are trying to show the opportunity in front of them, and if they already were looking for an opportunity, then that's a perfect match. Number 2, you need to reframe rejection. Don't look at rejection as bad. People are scared of getting rejected. Rejection is actually good. It's a filtering system, and you're filtering out all the bad leads. So if you have a list of 100 people, 100 leads, you're going to go through, you're going to get a lot of no's. That's good because that means you're just getting closer to your yes. There's going to be a couple yeses. In 100, there's going to be a couple yeses. So you just want to filter out all the bad ones, just volume, quantity, go through all of them and filter out the bad, and then you're going to get to the yeses. And again, you're not trying to convince people. You're just looking for people that already have it on their mind. And AI has been all the buzz recently, so people definitely have it on their mind. With that being said, sometimes you are getting no's just because your outreach isn't good. So after a lot of testing for maybe a month or 2 or 3, maybe like 2 or 3 actually, you're going to want to go back and look at things that you're doing and see if you can improve them. So sometimes it could be emails, it could be your DM method, right? If you're just sending out plain text DMs on Instagram, it's going to be hard because that's what everyone's doing. Everyone's just selling just like that. And you have to make it you have to do a really good job in terms of what you type to actually make it good because everyone's doing it. So it could be your offer, it could be your niche, it could be your copy, your method. You try out new things, identify weak points. I was struggling with this too. So I was originally targeting insurance agents with a customer service chatbot, and I've realized a big thing in insurance is the relationship that they have. So they didn't want to outsource that relationship to AI, so that offer just wasn't good for them. They're not at that point yet. And a better offer would have been something that they use internally to speed up one of their processes, but the customers don't necessarily see it. So I ended up changing my niche anyway, and I did an offer, and it seems a lot better because it brings in straight revenue. And number 3, get a free client. I can't even explain how important this is. get a free client. You are untrained. You don't know really anything about delivering a service if you're just getting started. And to expect someone to pay you when you have no experience, it's going to be very hard. It's going to be very, very hard. Don't let your ego get in the way. Try to find a free client as soon as possible and deliver that service. You're going to want to get a case study. You're going to want to get a testimonial. And then you're going to use that in your outreach. You could also make videos of the service that you've delivered. Show it on Instagram if that's what you're using, or LinkedIn, whatever you're using for your personal brand. You're going to want to, post the social proof. All right, so they're providing you with free training, right? Usually training employees or training someone is expensive. In this case, they're training you for free, essentially, and then you're providing them a free service. So it balances out. So learn service delivery as soon as possible. Like I said here, it'll make your first client, getting your first client 100 times easier. It'll make getting your second client 100 times easier when you have a case study. And then you'll make onboarding for the future, for years to come, so much easier because you're going to know exactly what steps you need to do. And I learned this recently with my first client. I had no idea what I was doing. Talked to my developer. I was like, all right, well, we got to figure out these questions. What are we doing? Chatbot, landing page. We got to figure out how we're actually going to make this. They need to request an API. They have to make accounts. Like, you don't think of all this stuff. So get your free client, do service delivery as soon as possible. Now let's get into outreach methods. So these are going to be, all right, well, let's just do it. So step one, look at the network you currently have. This is how I got my first free client, and it is so much easier when you know somebody already. So really, I kind of overshadowed this, and I wasn't going to do it until I was struggling to get my first client for a while. So then I was like, all right, now let me actually do this. So I'm telling you, step one, do this. Don't overlook it. Look at everyone that you know. They probably have jobs. Some might have businesses, but they most likely have jobs. And just write down whatever industry they're in and figure out offers for that industry. And talk to them. Tell them you have this offer for them or for their boss. See if they would be interested in it. It's kind of hard to do it with like franchises and like big corporations, but if you could find like smaller businesses, then that is the way to go. So I definitely recommend doing that, and reach out to them first and try that out. If you really can't, let's get into the second step. Cold email. Cold email you should definitely be doing. Everybody should be doing it. That's like the standard, right? Do cold email, and you're going to want to do some other stuff, right? Cold email is one. You just get high volume, you get in front of a ton of people, and it's really good for actually testing out your offers. If you see people aren't responding to that offer, then maybe you should switch it up for the future and for your other methods if you're doing Instagram or LinkedIn or whatever else you're doing. Now the problem is people think cold email is dead, and it can be if you do it the wrong way. So what a lot of people do is they just send a pitch, and then they either don't follow up or they just follow up just saying things like, I think I have here, hey, I haven't heard back from you. Let's book a call, or bumping this in case you missed it, or hey, did you get my email? And they don't provide any value in the follow-ups. They're just kind of nagging and annoying. So I'm going to show you how to provide some good value in your follow-ups. Boom, right here. If you have case studies or success stories, great. That's like number one. That's what you want to do. But look at all of these possible value follow-ups. People aren't doing this, but this is what you're going to want to do. Have your first one with your pitch. Then send like 3 to 4 follow-ups after every 3 to 4 days. And then if you have a case study, boom, good. Educational content, exclusive webinar if you want to run a webinar, or if you want to just post a video, or a webinar video or a demonstration video of how it works, or on Miro or Notion, you kind of do the layout on Miro. Customized data insights, free AI assessment. You could offer this, but that's kind of time consuming for them, so I wouldn't recommend it because you want to really just provide something that they could just see. Interactive tools, relevant articles. There's a bunch of stuff here. Industry reports. I think this one is really good. Use cases. If you tell them different ways AI could help them, and then you tell them about your offer. FAQs, I think, is really good because a lot of people have questions. So just do like 4 or 5 of the questions that most people would probably ask, and then just answer them. So they probably, when they get this email, they're like, oh, AI, that's cool, but I'm not really sure. There's a lot of unknowns about it. I don't know how this would happen, if there's security risks, boom, boom, boom. So what you want to do is you want to do the FAQ that could answer them, some of those questions. So then when they get the follow-up, they're like, wow, these are the questions I was asking. Here are the answers. Okay, I feel there's some more trust built, and that's the point of it. Interactive infographics, I think, is really cool. It's one that I use. Just make an infographic with the benefits, maybe implementation, stuff like that. So they could really just, it's like the customer, what is it called? The roadmap, customer service delivery roadmap, where they just kind of see everything laid out of what's going to happen, how it works, how it'll benefit them, what they need to do, stuff like that. AI integration guide, that could be like an ebook or something. So that one's pretty cool too. So provide value in your emails and your follow-ups. This is going to be a game changer for you guys. I'm telling you it is. All right, so LinkedIn and Instagram. These are some methods. One, you should definitely be doing at least one. Try to grow a personal brand on one of these 2 platforms and use them as an outreach method. Find out where your target audience is. Some might be more on Instagram, some might be more on LinkedIn, and then pick that one and then post, build. You could look at my content strategy video. That's how you build a personal brand. But let's get into the actual outreach method. So use unique methods. Don't just send plain texts. Don't just say, hey, what's up? Don't just send straight pitches. They're boring. Nobody wants to get them. They don't really build trust at all. It's just instantly salesy. Use voice notes. That's a good one. And even better than that is use videos. So you could either record a Loom video or you could record a video on your phone. Just say, hey, how's it going? Whatever your name is. I'm just reaching out because I have this offer for AI that'll help you with this benefit. If you want to learn more about it, I could send over a Loom video and give you some more information. Boom, just like that. Personalization. One thing you could do is if you do it on like Snapchat, then you could type hey name. So then when you send it, it'll show up like the thumbnail will be you with hey name, so it's super personalized to them. So most people send out the boring pitches. Yeah, boring. Don't do it. Use things that will actually build trust with them, and make you seem more credible and as a real person. So added points, if you add extra value to it, you could do this in the follow-ups too. So you could send a video. If they don't answer, you could follow up with a problem that they may have that your AI can fix. You can say something that relates to their specific industry about how other people are using AI in their industry. That's also kind of social proof or credibility. If you have a case study, again, use that. Create FOMO. Tell them their competition is all using this, or you're helping their competition do this, and you want to help them too. And add urgency and scarcity. Say, if you're trying to find your free client, say I'm only doing this for 3 more people, absolutely free. And boom, that's how you do it. Cold calling is also another good method. So, solid option because you could do a lot of volume and you're more likely to actually get responses, and you already have conversations, so you're building that trust. You also pass through all the extra steps, and if you're good at it, you could sell them straight on the call, Wouldn't recommend it if you're just starting out, but if you have cold calling experience or any other experience in sales, then you could probably try to do it and write on the call. But I would try to book a call, get face-to-face on Zoom, something like that. Now, the proposal and sales call. So here we go. First portion is going to be questions to find out where they are. So ask, what they're making, their expenses, find out all that information about where their current business is. So you could see that. If they've used any AI, how many employees they have, all that stuff. Now, second, when you figure out where they are, you have to figure out where the pain point is. So you got to ask them, is it if maybe they're not making enough, maybe they want to make more, maybe they're spending an insane amount of time in their business and they want more free time, they want a vacation more, they want time with their family. Figure out where that is. Then you're going to want to create the gap with their dream state. So find out where, if you solve their problems, where would that take them? Or where do they want to be? So if they want to spend more time with their family, figure out how much more time they want to spend with their family. And figure out the underlying desire after that, under that. And then you could tell them how your AI or your offer can fill in the gap for them. Then you're going to want to show them how, get very specific with the implementation, and then how it will change them, change their state. Then you're going to tell them, what questions do you guys have for me? They're going to ask you questions, you answer, ask questions, answer. And then if this isn't your first client, if you are not getting a free client, after the questions and before the objections would be the price. So you'll tell them the price, and then you'll wait for the objections. So answer their questions / handle their objections. They'll probably be both in there. Maybe they say they don't need it. When they say that, if they say they don't need it or they don't want it, go back to the pain points and the dream state. And then eventually you'll close once all that is finished. So, thank you guys for watching. I actually have started a Discord. So, something I'm very excited about because we all need a network, right? We need to have people that are on our same path, that think the same as us. And that is what I want to provide here. And it's called AAA, Innovators Collective. Because we're out here changing the game for businesses. So we're all innovators. So yeah, join my Discord. It's the first link in the description. And then in there, I'll be active all the time. We could chat. We could help each other out. I'm not a professional in AI automation, but we can figure problems out together. I'm a good problem solver. And I'm sure the other people in the community will also help you guys out. So it'll just be a collaborative effort. We'll all learn from each other. And it'll be a great time. So, thank you guys for watching. And until the next video, join my Discord and I'll see you there.